So we're going to start with some introductions first. A couple folks from the team that I want to introduce. We have on the line with us Sucre Lucas. So he is our software developer and really the mastermind behind Pulsalink. So he's joining us today, along with Mike Smith, who's our senior product manager, and then myself, Sarah Klotzbach, and I'm the director of sales for Pulsafeeder. And we're going to review the benefits and capabilities of Pulsalink and really how it's designed to help you in your day-to-day. So when we look at Pulsalink, the big question really is, how does the ability to connect remotely through an avenue like Pulsalink help you in your day-to-day? I do want to point out that Pulsalink is available through your computer, smartphone, or tablet device. And what it allows you to do is to connect remotely and securely to view the real-time status from your computer. It allows you to remotely view sensors, readings, and system statuses in real time. So when you go and log on to Pulsalink, it's as if you're standing right in front of the controller. It also allows you to remotely change program settings and control the set point and alarm parameters. So you can make changes in real time to the device, again, as if you're standing right in front of the controller. It allows you to receive alarm notifications and also allows you to store data to create charts and reporting remotely. So these are all the features that we're going to go over today as part of this webinar. I want to note that remote monitoring, it's a very powerful tool, especially in today's times where access may be restricted. So very powerful when it's used as a tool. What it can't do is it can't replace the on-site field service. And that's really not the intent of Pulsalink. It's meant to be used as a tool to help you, but not meant to replace the on-site service provided by the water treater. Couple reasons why you may want to utilize remote monitoring right now. First of all, you may want to use it to set priorities. So when you open up Pulsalink, you're going to be able to see all of the controllers that you have access to. And as we'll show you, you'll be able to see what's online, what's in alarm mode, view all of the real-time readings. So it's a great tool to be able to set priority and see what issues need to be addressed immediately. It's also great for site management. It offers a peace of mind, really. It also is a great tool when you do have limited site accessibility. So especially now where we're all adjusting to accessibility challenges and some sites may have a restricted level of access, having access to Pulsalink will show you real-time status and address issues or change parameters when you may not have that immediate access. It lets you also monitor visitation frequencies. You may not be able to get in front of a site on a monthly basis. So really it can help with visitation frequency so that if you're not able to be there as frequently as you'd like, it can help with that in between the visits. A question we get asked a lot is around the cybersecurity piece. So I do want to note that Pulsalink is AES 256 and TLS 1.2 compliant. Multiple levels of encryption, and really we have the highest rating amongst our competitors in terms of cybersecurity. Pulsalink is designed to be customer managed. Pulsafeeder will provide the activation, but then you manage user logins, you assign users, as well as group controllers through various levels of administration rights. And there's two ways that activation occurs. It can occur when a customer purchases a new unit where activation is already included, or it can be activated at a later date with the purchase of an activation kit. Controller configurations. A controller can be ordered three ways. The first way is cloud capable with activation included, and you can see here that those models have an E designation. That second set of three letters, they're going to have an E designation. So it would be an EXX, ETX. That's going to show you that that unit is cloud capable and activation is included. The second way the controller can be ordered is cloud capable without activation included. And you'll see that in the column to the right there, you can purchase an activation kit, and those will be cloud capable. And that's going to be when you have control parameters with 2 or more probes. Third way that the controller can be ordered is not cloud capable. And that's a little bit trickier just in terms of how to upgrade, but it is possible and something that you can consult with your salesperson about. So as I mentioned, Pulsalink's designed to be customer managed, and with that, you control the levels of administration. So here you can see the hierarchy. The company administrator is set up at the time of activation. That's something that you specify as the customer. And the company administrator manages all of the lower level users and controllers. They add the levels of users, and then they can create the subgroups for easy management. So they would assign managers. Those managers can then add technicians and users all the way down to the user level. So again, you as the customer would control those levels of administration. And what's nice about this is you can make changes. You know, let's say that you're a technician and you're troubleshooting a problem in the field and you want to get a second opinion or want someone to look at the data. You can then assign that person as a user and they could assist with troubleshooting. Or if there's any changes with the controller, let's say that there's a change in territory or something like that, you can really simply and easily go in and change that level of administration. And if there are any questions about administration levels, our team can help you to set that up. You know, one question that we do get asked a lot is around the fees. So, you know, what are the fees for Pulsalink? And we do not charge a monthly subscription for Pulsalink, so I just want to go ahead and point that out. We'll go ahead then and we will log in now to Pulsalink. All right, so when you log into Pulsalink using your account, this is the home screen that you're going to see. So I'm going to click here to the dashboard. So it's loading my dashboard, and here I can see all of the controllers that I have access to. You can really easily sort the controllers. You can sort by controller name. You can go ahead and sort by serial number, group name, along with status. So what's nice is really you have a high-level snapshot here where you can go ahead, you can set priority, and you can see if there's any current issues. So here you can see we have a unit that's in alarm mode. So conductivity, high alarm. And when you hover over any of these alarms, it's going to tell you what that alarm is. Now, let's say you have a large portfolio of customers and you may have 30, 40 controllers here. A really nice feature is that you can go ahead and you can add labels. So if I go to any one of these labels, let's say I just want to go to North America, it goes ahead and it will sort based on the labels. That's a great way, especially when you're managing a lot of data. You can also go ahead and you can add labels. So if I wanted to add a label, for example, I'd check the box. I'd go to add label. We'll call this test. And now if I go to test, you can see that one unit. So we're going to go back to the original dashboard mode. So we see this unit here labeled Orange County, Orlando. This is one of our demo units. We see that the status is in alarm mode. And when we hover over it, it's showing a a high conductivity alarm. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to click on that unit, and it's actually connecting. We're going to make sure that the unit is connecting and that it's in live reading mode. And in this case, we want to stay connected. So here's the live data for that particular unit. So we can see that the conductivity reading is 1653. We can go ahead, we can verify that it is in alarm mode for high conductivity. And we can see all of the live data, including the relays and the water meters. So we saw that it was in alarm mode in the dashboard. We verified it through the live reading data, and now we want to address the alarm immediately. So we go up here to relays, and what we can do now is we can go and we can, depending on the alarm mode, we can go and we can turn on or off any of these relays. So we can turn off the conductivity alarm. So we can turn it off and then go ahead and we can save our changes. So now we've turned the alarm off after verifying that it was in alarm mode. And now what we want to do is we want to go to the settings and we want to actually make a change. So go to configure. We scroll down here to the settings, and we can go ahead and we can make a permanent change. Something I really want to point out here is that with Pulsalink capabilities, not only is it a tool to see what the data is, but it's a tool where you can actually make real-time changes to the unit. So in this case, we had the high alarm for conductivity. And if you recall, it was over 1600. We could go ahead and we can address that if we want by changing this high alarm. Let's change it to 1700. So we've gone ahead and we've changed that to 1700. And now what that'll do is that'll take that out of high conductivity alarm mode. But with that, we can go ahead and we can make changes to any of the other inputs. Just to kind of recap what we've done so far is we opened Pulsalink and we took a look at the total dashboard. Once we looked at the dashboard, we saw that this specific unit was in alarm mode and that it was a high conductivity alarm. We went to that specific unit and looked at the home page and saw that yes, the conductivity was high in fact and in alarm mode. So we went up to the top, we went to the relay, we addressed that alarm mode immediately. And then we went to configure settings and we went ahead and we changed those settings. So now what we want to do, now that we've done that and addressed the immediate issue along with changed the settings, is we want to go to configure alerts. So that the next time there is an issue, we'll get an alert notification. I do want to point out too that for any of the pages on Pulsalink, you're going to see this YouTube button. So the YouTube button is there to help. It's a quick tutorial, 2 to 3 minutes, that will walk you through any of the features. So we had one on the dashboard. There's one on configure alerts. There's also one on the report screens. Any of the information we're going over here, this will give you a quick 2 to 3 minute tutorial. So there already is an alert set up for this, but we're going to go to create new alerts. So the alert name is going to be, let's just call it conductivity. You can add an email. And you can add as many emails as you'd like. So if you want to have multiple people within your organization or customers, you can go ahead and you can put multiple email addresses in there as well as remove them. A nice feature we added is limit email frequency. So I don't want to see more than 1 email per hour. So that's a very nice feature to limit how many notifications you're getting. And I want to receive a notification when the alarm is enabled. And then I also want to see a notification once that alarm is cleared. And when we look at alert types, they're grouped here. So you can see conductivity alarms, drum level, timer alarms. So you can select based on the alert type subheading, and you're going to get all of the conductivity alarms. You can select just an individual alarm. So here I want to be notified, let's say, when the conductivity is high. So I go ahead and I select that. Come down here, save the changes. And now you'll see we've got another alarm set. Again, email frequency, 1 per hour. It'll show the last time you received that notification. I can go here and I can edit it. I can change individuals. I can change which notifications I want to receive. Or if it's no longer applicable, I can go ahead and I can delete it. So now we've gone and we've set an alert. So if the unit, we noticed that it was in alarm mode, we went and addressed the immediate concern, and now we've set up an alert so that if this happens again, we're notified. So the last thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and we want to monitor through reporting that will be sent to us in between on-site visits. Here, and we're going to go and create a report. When you go to the Reports tab, it's going to bring up the general report view. So this is all the data that's stored currently, and you can look at it depending on your need. You can look at it for 3 hours, a 1-week view, depending on how long the unit has been online, 1 month, etc. What's really nice too is that if there's certain information you don't want to see, so let's say we don't want to see the temperature portion, we can unclick that and it'll just show the conductivity. If you hover over the graph, you can see the time stamp along with the exact measurement. Report's also going to show any of the relays as well as the water meters. I do want to point out too that all of the colors can be customized. Colors can be customized based on whatever your requirement is. Also, labels can be customized as well. You can go and you can click or unclick depending. There's also a feature down here that lets you generate a custom report. So you would select right, left axis, you'd select the start and end date, and you can go ahead and you can generate a custom report. So if we scroll up to the top, we see that there already is a report. This report actually was just sent to me yesterday. So if I wanted to look at that report that was sent to me, I would just click on this arrow. And what that's going to do is that's going to send me the report that was emailed to me yesterday. So I can take this PDF and I can easily attach it to an email and send it. And this will show exactly what was sent. But in this case, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create a new report. So I'm calling the report name Test 2. I want to include the water meter graph. The first day on the graph is the day before the report will be run, PDF file type, and again, I can add and subtract recipients. And I want this report to be run, let's run this weekly, and let's run it every Monday. So I'll go ahead and I'll set that date and set the time as well. I click save. And now that report, as you can see, is saved as test 2. And the next time it's going to run is Monday, August 24th. And again, I can go in and I can make any edits that I want to that report. And I can also go ahead and I can delete it. It's a very powerful tool. The reports are a great resource. You can easily generate custom reports. You can also easily create reports that help you, like I mentioned, monitor in between site visits. So I just want to walk back through everything that we did view here on Pulsalink. We did go through and we went to the home page and we took a look at the dashboard. And now if we look at our unit, this Orange County Orlando unit, you can see that the alarm's been removed. So we went ahead and we went to the dashboard and we saw that this unit was in alarm mode. We clicked on that specific unit and that brought us to the live reading page. And we confirmed over here in alarms that it was in fact in alarm mode with high conductivity. And as you recall, the conductivity alarm was set to 1600. So once we did that, we went over to the relays and we addressed the immediate issue by turning the relay off. We then went into the configure tab and we went to the settings and we changed the settings. So we changed the high conductivity alarm. We increased it to 1700. After we did that, we went over to the alerts tab and we configured an alert to let us know that, if it goes back into high conductivity alarm mode, it'll go ahead and it'll send us an email notification. And once we configured the alert, we went into the reports and we created a custom report that's going to be emailed to us weekly and provide all of the details. You can see that, we saved a significant amount of time rather than going to the site and making a change at the controller. All of this that we just walked through was pretty simple and we were able to do it in a matter of just a couple minutes. Really strong tool. It saved the money of preventing any sort of a system upset. We were able to easily intervene a unit that was under alarm conditions. Really easy report generation. I want to point out that the reports really offer compliance support for any area that has regulatory requirements. And really the last thing I want to point out and talk about, which isn't tied directly to Pulsalink, but I wanted to just show you quickly our MicroVision EX wizard. If we look at our MicroVision EX wizard, what it is it's a tool that you can really easily set up your MicroVision controller. So what it does, it walks you through 6 different quick questions. And then once you've answered those questions, you'll have a completely configured file that you can then download at your MicroVision EX and the unit will be programmed. So I did want to show you that there is a link on Pulsalink to our MicroVision EX wizard. And not only is it simple, but it's also a smart programming. Let's say that with your control settings, let's say that you have a set point of 1500 and you go ahead and you try to set your high alarm at 1300. It's smart in that it will show you cannot be less than or equal to your low alarm value. It's really easy. Like I said, it's 6 steps and then you have a fully configured and programmed file that you can then go ahead and download, onto your MicroVision EX. So I did want to point that out quick. That goes through our presentation, and I want to pause now and answer any questions that folks might have.
In regards to connectivity, there are some customers that their mechanical spaces are basically below ground. Is there, I guess, an antenna or a device that we could use to gain connectivity should it be an issue? or are these things set up so that they could be hardwired into as well for connectivity?
The device is set up to be hardwired, but it can also be connected to a cell phone modem, for example, where you could place the antenna in a remote location to gain a signal.
We do offer, if you do require a modem, we do have an offering. We've partnered with Modem Millie, so we do have that as an accessory feature that we can offer.
Hey, Sarah, a question I always get is what happens if I have a standard MicroVision and, I want to start getting customers to the next level in the, in the series and update them to new technology? Do we have anything that we can offer that can, offer upgrades as the customer needs upgrades to their system? Maybe if they start off with conductivity and then add different things like Ethernet later or something like that.
I would say that in terms of, options to do that, certainly, we could look at that with that particular customer's needs on a case-by-case basis. There are upgrade options available, so, it's something we could certainly look at.
Options for probes, PTSA or fluorescein type tracking probes, are they available?
Yes, they are available. They would be shown as part of the status.
And that the tracker probe, that's Pixis or the manufacturer?
Yep. We do offer Pixis. Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
For the probes, do you just offer Pixis? Do you also offer Turner, or are there any other companies probes that you use as far as PTSA and fluorescein?
Yeah, we actually offer both of those, the Turner or the Pixis.
All right. And as far as, with your technology, do you find that one is better suited than the other?
Not particularly.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's more the user preference.
All right. And you guys have those both in high pressure and low pressure options?
There is a high pressure version of it, yeah.
Okay. And then as far as the cell modems, what company do you guys use for, the cell service, or do you have multiple options as far as that's concerned?
We would provide the modem Millie, and then it would be up to the user to actually go through the service provider for the cell service.
Okay, so you would provide the modem, and then we would have our own account with whatever party.
Yeah, exactly.
Go through. As far as the controllers and which model we're using and doing upgrades and everything, what for using this technology, what's the ideal setup that we would have to start with? I mean, would it be worth it to do upgrades, or would we have to buy everything from the start with this in mind?
We can upgrade, but from a price standpoint, if you know what you need, you're better off purchasing the system fully loaded from the beginning.
Hey, Sarah, with our MVEC 8 series, that now that we can offer that with conductivity, then they could add the upgrades as they go.
We do offer that, and you can upgrade as you go. Again, depending on where you're looking to go and at what time period, you are better off purchasing the fully loaded unit just from a price standpoint. So it really depends on what your needs are.
If you're faced with a customer that they cannot use the customer's LAN for whatever security reasons, and you need to put in a modem or your own internet service provider solution, and suppose the customer also needs a number of controllers, they need, let's say, 5 or 6 controllers in the plant. Do you need to buy a modem for each controller? Well, they would all be in the same building, so
Okay.
they could be connected. If they were on an LAN, they could all be connected in this scenario. But let's say we can't use the LAN. So what solutions does Pulsafeeder offer that could allow the water treater to provide the internet service provider, but not have to actually buy a modem for every single controller?
Once you've got an internet connection and you send it through a router, you can connect pretty much as many units as you want to that router. The controller is only looking for an internet connection. It doesn't have to be a dedicated device necessarily. So once you have that internet service set up, you connect it to a router. Let's say it's got 4 ports on it, just for discussion purposes. Then you could put 4 MicroVision EXs on that router.
The way my device is connected, it actually has like an Ethernet adapter. All MVEXs have an Ethernet port. And if you connect it to an adapter, the adapter could connect to a Wi-Fi or a router.
We just want to thank everyone for joining today. We really appreciate the time. Any other questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to your salesperson, or you can reach out to Mike or I as well. Again, thanks everyone. Really appreciate it. Have a great day.